We are live. Just waiting for Instagram. Instagram always takes the longest. Here we go. All right, we're live on Instagram. And I am going to get a 30-second countdown.
That's sad.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Mikey T, and I'm here with my man Marquis. And you're now tuned into another episode of the Blitz, the fastest growing sports show. You know, we talk a lot of football, but we mainly Eagles podcast here. But got a lot to talk about this week, man. We had so much going on in week 3 of football. So I'm gonna hand it to my man Marquis. What's up, bro? How you feeling? Hold on, wait a minute. We gotta move him over. Let's remove that one. All right, there we go. What's up, bro? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, we can't hear you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
This week we had a few games going on this week. We had Buffalo versus Jacksonville, and I mean, to me, it's just getting worse and worse with the way Josh Allen. It's not even the way Josh Allen. It's just the way that Trevor Lawrence is not. He's not meeting the bar, man, to be the number one pick. You can't say it's weapons. At this point, I'm against. I don't want to say coaching is the problem because I mean they gave him everything he needs. You get what I'm saying? So like it ain't like offensively he doesn't have the talent around him. They got nice defensive pieces, but Josh Allen was unstoppable. He had 263 yards, 4 TDs, 400. I'm at 44 rushing yards. I mean, the Buffalo Bills look way better without Stephon Diggs. I mean, it starts to make me think was he just Stephon that much in his head harassing him about getting the ball.
Could be.
Yeah. Then we had Minnesota go out to Houston, and this was an upset for me. Even though I said watch out, let's look out for this game. I still didn't have Minnesota winning this game, and they dominated the game. Sam Darnold had 181 yards passing, 4 TDs. Aaron Jones was crazy, 102 yards rushing, 5 catches for 46 yards and his touchdown. That was I thought that was big time for Aaron as far as Aaron Jones goes. And then we had I mean defensively they just gave Houston fits. Houston could never get settled. I mean, that was a very dominant win for Minnesota, and at this point I think everybody in NFC been put on notice. I mean, with back-to-back wins against the 49ers and then to just go up there and do that to Houston. I mean, that was just like outrageous. Like, that was big time to me. They were definitely statement wins because the first week they played the Giants and they blew out the Giants. It was like that's the Giants. You get what I'm saying?
The Giants is trash.
The Giants is trash, but the Giants did just beat when they won this week.
Who did they beat? The Browns? Was it the Browns?
Yeah, they beat on the Browns. So
we're gonna
I mean,
talk about
another surprising game this week was Malik Willis, man. 202 yards passing, a touchdown, and 73 yards rushing, and a touchdown to beat the team that drafted him. And basically said he wasn't nothing. Then
I said it.
Coaching is everything. And then, you go over and look at Will Levis. It's like, he looks very incompetent at times. He's like a lot of dumb decisions, dumb mistakes, stuff like that. But it was a good weekend of football. Very definitely good weekend of football. How about for you? What were some things that you seen this over the weekend?
Um, so I kind of want to talk about Sam Darnold shining um Sam Darnold is actually showing that he's actually a great quarterback when you give him a chance. I mean, his completion percentage is somewhere around like 67% right now. Um, I think when he was with the Jets, we're looking at like a 50, not even 60% completion rating. Um, I think if you Sam Darnold has shown like if you put talent around him and some good coaching, he can be I ain't gonna say he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, but I'll just say he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league if given the chance. So I do want to shout out to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played a hell of a game this week. Um, what else I got? Cowboys crumbling to the Ravens, man. Like I didn't kind of see them getting blown out the way they were at first. I mean, the Ravens kind of slacked off a little bit and let them come back and get a little bit of momentum. I mean, but they still pulled off the win. But I think one of the biggest questions now is like, what's up with Dallas? What's going on with Dallas?
Uh, I don't. So everybody keeps saying like the Cowboys are crumbling. I don't really think they're crumbling. Their weakness is stopping the run, and they just went against one of the most run, like that team is based off the run. So
Right.
I already knew they was gonna have trouble stopping that, but I think Dallas can get it figured out. I don't think the season's over. I mean, they lost at this point. New Orleans is a good football team. The Ravens is a good football team.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, like they lost one game. They play the Giants tonight. They should win by 7 or more.
I
So
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I would say that, but the Giants showing a little life with that young boy Malik Labus and what's their running back name? Oh my God, Singletary, Devin Singletary.
yeah,
He's all right. He's not the greatest running back, but he's doable over there. So they might give them a little fit. And I like the Giants defense. I really like their defensive line. And one thing about the Cowboys from different years, they cannot run the ball and they can't stop the run. So I don't know. I don't know how this game gonna play out for Dallas. I'm calling for y'all defeat, but I don't know how this game gonna play out for y'all. And other news for me, the Bengals 0-3 to start the year. I mean, I don't know if people expected this from. I definitely didn't expect this from Cincy.
well, I mean, I'm gonna say this: like, only one of their losses to me is warranted, and that's Kansas City. The New England and the Washington game is just like, yo, they games y'all supposed to have.
Yeah, they should
So
have beat Washington.
it reevaluates me, and I just go back and look. And it's like, do they have a chance to make the playoffs? It's starting to look very, very dim. I mean, because right now, I'm looking at Buffalo, automatic, Kansas City,
Automatic.
uh, Baltimore. If they handle business this week and then beat Cincinnati next week, I don't think Cincinnati has a chance at all. But let's go. Before we even get there, Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore, Houston, uh, Pittsburgh, the Jets, and what is two more teams or one more team?
But what how many is that? Like,
It's one more. It's one more team
yeah,
available to make it.
Ravens,
It's 7 teams, I believe.
the Jets.
Because it's 4 division
I
winners,
think
three
it's
wild
two
card
more.
teams.
You got two more.
They have it. They still have a chance because I can't think of the. Did I say Pittsburgh?
You said Pittsburgh.
I did.
Yeah, you said Pittsburgh.
So AFC West, Kansas City, AFC North. I'm gonna go here. Baltimore's gonna win the division. AFC South, Houston. AFC East, Buffalo. The
Mm,
Jets, the Steelers.
got one more.
Well, I mean,
I think.
I can't think off the top of my head anybody that would stop them from going then, because Justin Herbert's hurt.
Yeah,
So, and if he
that's a
misses
lot.
a few weeks, that gives him a chance to get back in it. But I mean, I'm just saying Cincinnati's season can be over way before, like, very early. Because Jacksonville, they ain't nothing. What, they 0-3 now?
Yeah, yeah.
The
So
Colts, I'm very disappointed in the Colts the last few weeks. I mean, they're 1-2. So,
tough.
yeah, so
So one of my only questions to you is, in your opinion, which one of the remaining unbeaten teams stay unbeaten through week 4? You know, we got the Bills versus the Ravens this week, Kansas City versus the Chargers, and then we got Pittsburgh versus the Colts. Which team do you think is going to stay undefeated?
Kansas City, no Justin Herbert. I mean, that's simple to me.
I mean, yeah.
Second, Pittsburgh, because I put second place is Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh, Anthony Richardson been giving the ball away. Like, he's just been turning it over, and Pittsburgh has done nothing but cost turnovers this season. So I can see that, and I mean Buffalo can beat the Ravens, but I think Buffalo has the hardest chance to stay undefeated this week. I think this will be their first challenge of the season.
I'm going to say all three stay unbeaten this week. I really don't see the Ravens beating a fire Buffalo. They on fire right now. Like they playing great
Yeah, but I'm
football
gonna
right
ask you a
now.
question: who has Buffalo played that you would say is a, a quality team?
I would say the Ravens are a quality team right now.
Why wouldn't you say a quality team?
What have they shown to be a quality team? Yeah, they
They
could have
went.
won. I mean,
They.
don't get me wrong. They won 1 inch of a foot away from being 2-1 right now.
I mean, and also, I mean, remember Lamar puts the ball on the sideline for likely supposed to be a cat. Like, it was a lot of things that went out of their favor that Raiders game, and it
And
is
you
what
know
it
why?
is.
Also, I don't. I'm not necessarily
They
the
dominated that
Ravens.
Raiders
The
game though.
Ravens have a problem with, just like, to me, just like kind of like the Lions, right? I like the Lions, but sometimes their head coach holds them back. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the Eagles in that situation, but I feel like sometimes, especially last year with the uh with the Lions, it was no reason Dan Campbell went for it and didn't take the points. I feel like a lot of times Dan Campbell has held them back from going further. They should have been in the Super Bowl last year. I feel the same way kind of about the Ravens. It's John Harbaugh makes some questionable decisions to me.
All I'm gonna say is every game, maybe except Kansas City game this year, the Ravens, yeah, they didn't finish with the Raiders, but they've dominated the game. They've dominated the game, and the Raiders game they let get away from them. But like I told you 2 weeks ago, God Minshew beat them last year. That was one of their losses last year. He just happened to do it again, and maybe one of the things where he has a number. But I'm not going to get on board with you and you saying they're not a quality team. I think they're still one of the best teams in the league.
They gonna have to show
A
me.
lot. I mean, just look at around the league, yo. A lot of teams that you would off the rip you think that's like exceptional, like 49ers. I mean, they're on a 2-game losing streak. You're not going to call them, a quality team.
I mean, they hurt.
All right.
Who hurt on the Ravens right now?
They got a
They
brand
got
new offensive. They got a brand new offensive line that's just trying to find their way.
Man, they gotta show me. It's a new year. They gotta show me. They gotta show me. They shouldn't have lost to the Raiders. You just want to keep it a buck. They shouldn't have
We
lost to
shouldn't
the
have lost to the
Raiders.
We shouldn't have lost to the Falcons. You can't. You can't. They lost
And
in the.
beating the
They lost,
Cowboys right now, who can't
bro.
stop the run. I mean,
Bro,
that's
bro.
not
We
really proving
lost,
nothing
bro.
to me.
All the only thing I'm trying to say is like the same fashion that the Ravens lost to the Raiders is the same fashion we lost to the Falcons. A game we weren't supposed to lose, and we lost on the last drive.
Yeah, but then we also beat a dominant team the next week.
Okay, I mean,
We beat the best offensive team the next week.
I'm not
But
even gonna.
I ain't
I'm.
gonna
I'm.
harp on the
I'm not
Ravens
so
too
sure.
much.
I'm not so sure to call them dominant because the
They
Saints
scored
beat.
40 points every game. The
Listen,
first 2 weeks.
listen, and they couldn't score 17 points this week. And my reasoning is for this. Okay, the first week they beat up on the Panthers. I mean, Panthers got blown out the very next week against the Chargers while Bryce Young was the quarterback. Then you come back the next week, you play a team that can't stop the run, and you just run all over them. Zone read. But then they play a team that can actually stop the run. Got a competent defense, and they couldn't score 16 points. So if you're going to hold that quality team for the Saints, you got to hold the quality team for the Ravens. You got to have that quality team for the Eagles. You got to have that quality for the 49ers.
They got to show me. 1 and 2 say different. But
One and two show you different. That's crazy.
1, 2 say different. So I gotta talk about the Eagles and the Saints, man. This was a very, very, very slow game this week, man. Like we didn't see no real action until pretty much the fourth quarter. Um, one thing I am going to say is, man, if the defense can play like this, once we get the offense going, this team can be super dominant. I do want to say Quinyon Mitchell, bro. He's I say this every week, like yo, he's growing. Yeah, he's gonna make mistakes. He's a rookie. That's what he's supposed to do. But he's number one in the league right now for the most pass breakups. Right? He's a rookie. He is in a couple years, I promise you, he's going to be a lockdown corner. I'm so proud of that man. And finally, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, all these guys showed up this week, man. I love the game plan this week. I love what Vic Fangio did going to a 5-man front, putting Zach Bond right there off the edge. And Zach Bond, man, that man, all he does is attack the ball. What he had, 15 tackles this week. Amazing. I love to see it. I love the game plan this week. As far as the offense, though, I feel like yo, this team is too talented. I mean, I get it, yo, it's the NFL, and all these teams are good. Like, I mean, everybody's in the NFL, but I feel like it should be no reason why we should never score at least 30 points with the amount of talent. Yeah, we know AJ, but you still got Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, which both of these guys did have amazing games. Shout out to Saquon. That is the way you recover from the game. Let me just get your insights, bro. How you feel about the game?
Takeaways. I mean, from that game, uh, Nick, we gotta do better with just taking the points. Just take the 3 points. I mean, this game probably wouldn't have been touchable at the end of the game if he'd have just been taking the points. Understand he wants to be aggressive because, in his mind, it's like this team we playing against just scored 40 points. So I'm not going to kill him like everybody else killed him because we had trouble stopping Atlanta last week. And like I said, Atlanta went back-to-back weeks scoring 40. So in his mind, we need 7, not 3. So I'm not going to kill him for that, but he has to read the room. Our defense was playing exceptionally well, but I understand where his logic was coming from in that. I was very proud of the defense. Just everybody, respecting their gaps, the back end holding up, not letting nobody get loose, stopping the big plays, making Derek Carr move around and look around in the pocket. I mean, we see he looked like the Oakland Raiders, Derek Carr, when we played him.
Facts.
Jalen. Well, I keep telling everybody, man, people get mad at me because I'm going to rip them. Bro, you got to take care of the ball. I don't care that Devontae Smith got bumped off the route. In my mind, you threw a pick. And I know exactly what you were doing. You threw it to a spot. Devontae wasn't strong enough to, push his way to the ball. The defender pushed him right out the way. That's the only reason it was an interception. I just got a problem with, like, yo, we in a red zone, man. Yo, you need to start putting that ball where only your receiver can get it. You took points away from us, which could have potentially cost us the game. And that's my problem. And then you had the fumble. I'm not going to rip you as much. I'm ripping you about the turnovers because it's an ongoing thing from last season. It's just game after game, game after game. I'm seeing turnovers. Like, yo, when you going to give me an empty game, bro, when we don't see no turnovers from you? That's
all right. So my only thing about Jalen, I'm not mad. I am mad. Don't get me wrong. I do not like the turnovers, but he's playing aggressive right now. This early in the season, this is where I kind of want to see the mistakes, right? I don't want to see the mistakes in week 12. I don't want to see the mistakes in week 14. At the all in all, I gotta say keep doing what he's doing because Jalen Hurts right now is throwing 76% completions. I'm sorry, 70% completion rating for the year, but he threw 76% in that game. He was 29 for 38.
But how many? But he got 5 turnovers.
for the year. I think he's somewhere between 4 or 5, maybe.
He had,
I
I
think
think
he's
he has
at 4
4
interceptions.
because he got
But
he got.
so does Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes got 4 interceptions.
Hey, listen. All I know is at the end of the game, Patrick Mahomes don't have no interceptions at the end of the game. I know that.
He didn't have no interception at the end of the game either, though.
Yeah, he did. He had one last week against
I mean,
Atlanta.
if Saquon would have caught the ball, we wouldn't
Man,
have had to
bro,
have this
y'all gotta stop
conversation.
getting
But
off that, bro. Listen, we pay our quarterbacks 40 million.
yeah,
So regardless of the
we
fact,
paid Saquon
listen,
30 million to catch the
bro,
ball.
bro. No, we not paying him 30 million not in 1 year.
It don't matter. That's what you getting paid.
No,
You
we
getting
paid
paid.
him
What you getting
40.
paid?
Listen,
13
listen,
million a
listen,
year.
listen. Let me get my point out. Saquon is getting nowhere near the cap hit that Jalen Hurts is. Jalen Hurts is a 40+ million per year player. At the end of the day, everybody want to say, "Oh, Saquon dropped the ball. He dropped the ball." We still had a chance to win that game. We was on a 40-yard line with a timeout and one of the biggest legs in the NFL, and you threw it into double coverage to the defender. No, bro, I'm not letting you off the hook with that. Nah, no.
All I'm saying is we've seen Jalen. I'm not mad. Listen, the mistakes can happen right
You
now.
seen
I'm
Jalen
not.
2 years ago be great. You haven't seen
I've
Jalen be
seen
great in
Jalen
2 years.
last year be great. What do you mean? He was great last year. He was not bad last year. The
But we went
team
on a
was
six.
trash last year.
Did we not go on a 6-game losing streak last year?
Was that Jalen's fault? Was Jalen playing
Part
bad?
of it. Part of it. He scored 6 points in the playoff game. Part of his problem.
What do you mean? He went on. He beat two of the best teams in a row. He beat Kansas City and Buffalo in a row. He
Okay.
went 2 games back to back. Even though we lost the game to the 49ers, he didn't throw an interception. He
Bro.
played the game to the Cowboys. He didn't throw an
He
interception.
scored 6 points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not the 49ers. He scored 6 points.
Did the defense show up?
Huh?
Did the
Did he
defense show
show
up?
up? Did he show up? No.
AJ Brown wasn't there.
I'm
Everybody
not.
else, I'm just saying, you can't just say it was just the quarterback.
6 points is unacceptable.
Yeah, as a team,
No, as a quarterback.
we could say that. But we know what happened last year. We had Brian Johnson. Come on, man, stop it.
Brian Johnson was fired before the playoff game.
For that fucking reason. The team was so bad. We had to fire the defensive coordinator in the middle of the year because he was so bad.
I mean,
Nick
just like
Sirianni had to tell Brian Johnson, yo, you can't even coordinate no more. I gotta take over, yo, because you're not doing it right.
Yeah, but nothing improved when Nick took over. So
because Nick is not a play caller. Nick is a leader of men.
I mean, I'm just saying, yo. All I'm saying is, yo, I'm not making excuses. You making the money you're supposed to make, and you're getting paid to be a top tier guy. So play like a top tier guy. Take care of the ball. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta
take care of the ball. You can't take care of the ball. I'm gonna have my stance.
You gotta take care of the ball. But so my biggest fear is coming into play as we heading into this next week with the Eagles versus Bucks. The injury bug is starting to pile. So this game, it looked like we're not going to have Devontae and AJ. I kind of understand why they're not bringing AJ back for this game because it's like, yo, we going to bye week next week. So it's like, you know what, just save him for week 6. Milton Williams also questionable. Lane Johnson probably going to be out with a concussion too. Brenton Covey also out on IR. You know, I think he broke like a bone in his fibula or something like that. But damn, we're missing a lot of pieces. So now we're going into this game with Jahan Dotson, Paris Campbell, John Ross, and Johnny Wilson being our outside weapons. For this game, I'm looking for Jahan to step up. You the one right now. You got it. I'm looking for Johnny and maybe Paris Campbell. I like Paris Campbell, but I don't know about Paris Campbell being the number 2. Whatever. We'll see what happens.
I'm looking for a repeat of week 3. A heavy dose of Saquon, a heavy dose of Dallas Goedert, and Jahan and Johnny just fill in. 2-3 catches apiece, potentially 5 catches between the both of them. But I'm looking for a heavy dose of our tight ends and our backs.
Yeah.
Even
One thing,
Gainwell, I'm looking for a big day from him as well. So
yeah, I wish they would start using Gainwell. Even Will Shipley, I like Will Shipley for real.
I
I
like
wish they would
Gainwell.
start.
I'm a Gainwell over Shipley right now.
To me, Gainwell is Corey Clement. Like he's not. To me, he's not good enough to be like the number one back, but he's a good number two.
Yeah, he's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, he's a nice little change of pace back. This week I'm definitely looking for. I want to say the offense because I feel like this is Jalen's game. You have something to prove in this game because Mike. I mean, what is that coach name? Black
Todd
guy,
Bowles.
Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles said personally that you can't read a defense and that you don't know what to do during a blitz. So I feel like you need to take that as a personal challenge, Jalen Hurts, and you need to prove that man wrong. So no turnovers this week, Jalen. Baby's judging you on your turnovers. He
Yeah,
said protect the ball, so you got to protect the ball. He gonna be
I
on your ass.
mean,
I
and
can't protect
keys
you. I
and
can't protect
my
you.
keys to victory. That's number two. And it's been the key. It's been on my keys to victory each week. Jalen, take care of the ball. Jalen, take care of the ball.
Facts.
I've been standing on that hard. And like I said, the week he comes out of here with a win with no turnovers, I'm gonna praise him. So we need to get Saquon involved very early. I think like all
Yeah.
that going into halftime with 5 carries, it's like it's not cutting it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Never
kill
again.
him, man, but bro, you got to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Got to get him the ball.
He the best
Uh,
playmaker right now.
Nick, because of all the injuries, please take the points. Trust in the defense. Like we got all these first round picks on that side of the ball, man. Trust these guys, man. Make them get a stop, man. I think, and just defensively, Jalen Carter, man. Let's have back to back big performances like you did last week, and stop the big plays. Keep everything in front of you. That's my thing. Don't let Mike Evans and Godwin get behind you.
Facts.
Don't because that's really all they got.
Facts.
So
Literally.
I mean, I'm saying offensively, huh?
Nah, I said facts.
So that's my key on that.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got really nothing but to yours. Jalen, no turnovers this week. Without Devontae and AJ and your best offensive tackle, this is no turnovers this week. Because Mike Tom, I mean, I'll keep wanting to say Mike Tomlin.
Bulls.
Todd Bowles is going to blitz you all game. So I feel like Kellen Moore simplify the game. Get it easy routes. Let's try to get these young guys. Let's try to get these guys moving. Get some momentum. Get some confidence built. Because so far we haven't used Jahan Dotson. So I want to see a lot of easy plays and just get the offense moving, man. Yeah, and I want to see a dominant game from our front again. Um, and I want to see Bryce Huff. Where are you? We looking for you. I mean, you got a lot of money, so do something. So man, it's up to you, man. So what we at? We want to talk. We want to go into power rankings.
Let's go to most anticipated games.
Most
Uh,
anticipated. Let's get up.
I got three of them this week. It's Buffalo versus Baltimore. Obviously, it's
Mine too.
draft class buddies. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. Haven't had it, and I think it's been 2 years since we had this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like this. I'm ready to watch a big game. So it's always a good time when Lamar's playing Josh. So,
Okay.
and I'm
I'm
picking
I'm
Lamar.
I'm picking that same one, but I'm just not picking Lamar. I mean, if they win, they win. But I'm just saying, I'm watching that game too. I got to see that game. What's your
My
second game?
second game is Minnesota versus Green Bay.
Yo, why the fuck are
Very
you
Aaron
picking
Jones
my note?
returns to Green Bay. I'm really interested because this is another big game for Sam Darnold. But I like Minnesota this week because I'm going with what's my guy name? Defensive coordinator. Used to be the head coach of Miami.
Mike Flores.
Brian Flores.
I said Mike.
Brian Flores. I just think I think he's gonna scheme up a good defense to contain Malik and make Malik throw the ball to win. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I
and
like
Jordan
Minnesota.
Love back,
Huh?
and Jordan Love back.
I think he come back next week because
No,
he's out.
he back this week. I think, if I'm
He's
not
back.
mistaken.
He's back this week.
I think he's off the injury report now. Yeah, he's not on the injury report. He's back this week. Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
that,
I'm
that
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, he is. He's still questionable right now. He's still
yeah, they
questionable
said he
right now.
was. They said he was out for 3 weeks
I mean, I don't know, but
minimum. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. He's not playing.
mm, I seen some things. But even if you don't, but that was one of my games too. I definitely want, if Jordan Love was coming back. That's why I was going to watch that game, because if Jordan Love was going to come back. But if Jordan Love is not playing that game, I don't know if I'm gonna watch that. Let me see what we got here.
And then my third game is the Arizona Cardinals versus the Commanders.
Ew.
I just want to see if Jay Daniels can put it back 3 weeks in a row. But I'm not picking them to win. I think Arizona takes care of business. Kyler Murray takes care of business against them. Arizona, I'm at Washington's on a 2-win streak. I think it ends this week.
Hmm. Um, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't really got too many games I'm interested in this week. Only game I might watch is this Monday night game with Geno Smith versus fucking
The
Jared Goff.
Lions. Yeah, that looked good as well.
I might watch that game this weekend.
All
It's a
right.
Monday. That sounds
So
good to me.
we're gonna start with our power rankings.
Let's get
I'm
it.
gonna start at honorable mention
Okay.
because I just think this team deserves to be talked about because they went from getting embarrassed week one, 2 solid wins 2 weeks in a row. But the reason why they're not on the list, they need a quality win. Don't have a quality win yet, and that's the New York Jets. Aaron
Hmm.
Rodgers looks good, but just I haven't seen. I need to see more. Do you have anybody in the honorable mention?
I ain't got an honorable mention, but that's crazy that you said that. But go ahead though. You can
All
start with
right,
your number 10.
San Francisco 49ers. Because of injuries have been piling up on them. They have lost 2 games back to back. I'm not going to kill them because this team went on a 3-game losing streak last year and was in the Super Bowl. So
Mm,
I'm not jumping ship. I know that one of the top 5 teams in the league. I know we're going to
mm.
be beefing with them to win the NFC this year. So I'm not in panic mode with them. So they're right where they belong in 10. And as they gain more wins, they'll move up the list.
Okay. And at number 10, I got Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay been playing good football. We're gonna see them this week. Hopefully we can knock them off my power ranking.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is definitely off my power ranking. They got embarrassed last week.
I mean,
And
yeah, but they've been playing good football other than that.
yeah. So my number 9, we have a new team that's entered the power rankings for the first time this year, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm,
Defense is smothering games. Justin Fields is not putting the ball in harm's way, and they're just winning football games. They're grinding out football games, man. So I got the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 9.
okay. I definitely make my list based off the week. So I put the Jets at my number 9.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm more so I don't go based off the week. I go based off I'm using the whole season, but I'm also using if you had a bad loss that week, you're gonna drop.
Yeah.
You get what
I
I'm
mean, I
saying?
get it.
Number 8, I have the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, I mean, they had a good quality win against the Rams week 1. Week 2, they lost to Tampa Bay. And then they got back
Mm.
in the winning column last week. So
Yeah, they didn't make
I
my
think
list this week.
I think Detroit is one of the better teams in the league. They just, they lost a tough matchup with Tampa Bay, but I like Detroit.
And I put Houston at my number 8. I
Okay.
didn't like their loss this week, but put them at my number 8.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Uh My number 7 is the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
To me, I'm more highly on Dallas than you are. I still think Dallas is a good team. They just had, I think that week 2 was anomaly. But the one thing I can say is that Shanahan scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas doesn't do good with that. So when they play, they had trouble. They had fits with Green Bay, which they had in the playoffs last year. They had
Facts.
fits with the 49ers every time they play them.
Facts.
Now you got Minnesota running the same thing. So it's starting to, not say Minnesota, I mean the Saints.
Oh,
But the
I didn't even
Minnesota's
see the
running the same
comment.
thing too. But they haven't played yet. But it's starting to look like, their weakness is that Shanahan stretch. So
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. For this week, at number 7, I put Washington. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Jaden Daniels. I don't know what it was. It was that poise that he had at the end of that game when he threw that fucking pass. Excuse my French, but when he threw that pass to Scary Terry, that pass was so beautiful and right in the pocket, bro. I gave him a
I
lot of
can't
respect this week.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't get with you with that one. If
I gave him a
anything, you
lot of
should have had
respect
them
this week.
at anything. You
I
should have
gotta
had
give him
them at number
respect for that
10.
one, bro.
They should have been.
Even though they don't got no wins. I mean, Bengals
No, they
ain't got
got
no
2 wins. They
wins.
beat the Giants, and
No,
then
I'm
they.
talking about the Bengals, not the Washington, not the
I mean,
Commanders.
no, but that's still a quality win. Beating Cincinnati is a quality win,
Yeah,
regardless of what you want to say. But I think Washington should have been at bare minimum your 10, not your number 7. I can't get with that. But
I'm
that's
giving
your
him
list,
7.
not mine. Number 6, I got the New Orleans Saints. They dropped a few spots. I mean, the off that game was not as close as what the score said.
Facts.
Us as Philly did a lot of damage to our self damage. So that game was supposed to have been, we are supposed to win by 8 points, not 3. So
Yeah. So number 6, I gave it to the Saints.
okay, we're finally agreeing on something yet so
Yeah,
far.
that's what I
Well,
gave them. It's a tough loss. I mean, it's hard to beat the Eagles.
yeah, I knew we weren't losing back to back. Uh, I'm at number 5. I know we're not the same because I'm at the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
They had a bad
Yeah.
loss, but weeks 1 and 2 they were really solid. So I'm not gonna kill them. It was a loss, even though they got blown out.
Yeah, I respect that. Number 5, back up top. We was I had us at number 9 last week, so now we back at number 5. That was a good win against one of the most high power offenses to start the season. We don't know who's going to end the season like that, but I'm just saying to start the season, beating a team that's been putting up 40 points per game, I feel like that was a good statement win. Good statement win for the defense. Quality win for the Eagles. Number 5.
Mm. Well, at number 4, I have the Philadelphia Eagles after having a statement win, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, beating Green Bay week 1 with Jordan Love in the game, majority of that game,
Mm-hmm.
and just didn't finish the game against Atlanta because we should be an undefeated team at 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we're back. We're back up here. We're back up in the upper class at number 4.
Okay. I got Pittsburgh at my number 4. I mean, undefeated. Mike Tomlin don't coach no bullshit. I mean, for some reason, this team is just finding a way to win. Like they always do. So I mean, I gotta give them some respect.
I,
And I
I
mean,
ain't
they
gonna
undefeated.
lie. I do not like your list. But we're
Listen,
about to get real in these next 3 picks. I feel like we're about to be very. We're gonna have the same 3 teams. I have opinion. I have a thought. I don't know if they're gonna be the same order, but I got a feeling. My number 3 is the Minnesota Vikings.
my number
Just
3 is the
from
Minnesota Vikings.
yours. Yeah, I mean
My
they
number
just been
3 is the Minnesota Vikings.
they've
I
been
mean,
crazy on defense. Sam has been, getting the ball to his weapons, Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones. And think about it, Jordan Addison isn't even back, yo. And we haven't even talked about TJ Hawkinson. So this team has a lot of talent, more talent than people think. And this may be one of them things that, Detroit gave Minnesota TJ
great.
Hawkinson like 2 years ago.
James said Pittsburgh number 4. Wow.
Who's us Pittsburgh? James said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
that's a
wasn't looking at
horrible.
the comments at first, but now
Yeah,
I'm looking at the comments.
that is a horrible that is a horrible. I ain't gonna lie, I do not like that.
Yo,
Like
listen.
they don't even score enough points to be high or even beat.
I
They
mean,
need.
that's true, but they haven't lost a game. We just talking
But
about the
who have
first
they
3 weeks.
beat?
It
What
don't
team would you?
matter. It's the
It,
NFL. It ain't they ain't just beating mushrooms out there.
yeah, it is beating mushrooms.
Yeah.
It is. They beat the Broncos. Who did they beat week 2? I think they beat. Who did they beat? Fuck.
No quality wins, Trey says. So let me just check.
Yeah, no quality wins.
Yo, at
I
the end
mean,
of the day,
last week would have been considered a quality win if Justin Herbert finishes the game.
let me say this. You might not say they got no quality wins, but they're still going to the playoffs.
I ain't gonna lie, their wins were ugly, all of them.
They beat
But my number two is gonna be Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Really, they actually Buffalo probably should be my number one because they've been playing the best football, offense, defense, special teams. But I'm gonna go back. Who have they beat? They have no quality wins, which is why they're number two. This week they have a chance to get a quality win against the Baltimore Ravens.
Mhm.
Uh they just have. I mean, to me, they've looked great and they've done what they're supposed to do. I always say, if a team is good if they blow out the bad teams. If they at the bare minimum do that, that team is a good team. So I have Buffalo Bills at number two.
Well, we the same guy. I mean, we pretty much got the same list when it come up to here. We both got that number one team, but I gotta put the Bills there, man. They dominate and wins. They doing what they supposed to do. I mean, teams they supposed to beat, they beating them. So I mean, shit, they fucked up my fantasy last week. I mean, I was supposed to win, but whatever. Shout out to the Bills at number 2.
All right, and we know we got Kansas City at number one. They slid out. They found a way to close another game and get out of there. I mean, what I'm just scared for Kansas City is like, yo, what happens when they start hitting all cylinders and they're making every play?
Yeah,
You know, Patrick ain't missing no throws. What happens? Were they beating teams by 14, 17 points? Because,
facts.
they've been playing ugly football, but have 3 quality wins in Baltimore, Atlanta, and Cincinnati. 3 good, tough games.
First of all, Cincinnati's schedule wasn't no like what they had Patriots, Chiefs, and the Commanders.
It's not that
They should
tough.
have won. That's not that tough. I thought they was a little tough. First of all, I thought they played
No,
Baltimore. Never mind.
that's what I was telling you
But
earlier. The schedule wasn't
it's
that tough.
yeah, their schedule wasn't that tough. The fact that they losing, but whatever. So I mean, what else you got for us, man? You got anything before we
We
get
got
out
we
of
got
here?
our MVP. We got our MVP list that we
Oh,
do
MVP,
weekly.
MVP, MVP. Okay, let's
I
do
have
it. Let's do it.
a new person has entered the discussion. After
Okay.
you play 2 games and you have no punts, no turnovers, you got to make the list. Why not? His name is Jaden Daniels at number 5.
Mm,
So that means he's at the top of the rookie of the
mm.
year list. So
Jaden Daniels for
Jaden Daniels,
MVP.
yes, absolutely,
That was crazy work. I ain't
yes.
gonna lie. I put Sam Darnold there though.
Okay, I'm not mad at you.
I put Sam Darnold there. Most times, let's keep it real. Whoever got the best record at the end of the day, when it comes to the NFL, you're probably gonna end up winning MVP. Not all the time, but usually that's how it goes. But so I'm putting Sam Darnold there.
Okay, so this is another award that usually goes out. It's called Most Improved Player. My number 4 player is Sam Donald. He's just been,
Okay.
he's been, he ain't just been out there. He's been getting the ball where he needs to be and leading his team to victory. So I'm going Sam Donald and 2 quality wins back to back. He went to San Francisco, beat them, and then he beat Houston this week, which Houston was rated to be, one of the top guns in the AFC. I mean,
Thanks.
when you look at rosters, I mean, Houston probably has in the AFC probably has the most talented team in the league in the AFC. When you come over to NFC, you got the 49ers and Eagles, which I think are the best rosters in football. But when you go over to AFC, I don't think nobody's more talented than Houston.
Facts. I mean, that's facts though. They got a super time. Yo, that team is crazy. And then I like their coach that
Yeah,
used to be for
D'Amico
before,
Ryans,
yeah, D'Amico Ryans.
ex
He used to
ex
play
Eagle.
for the Eagles. My number 4, Saquon Barkley. I mean, Saquon Barkley is leading the league in rushing. He's tied with Alvin Kamara for all purpose yards. I mean, no, is he either tied with Alvin Kamara or he's second behind Alvin Kamara for all purpose yards? I think he's second in touchdowns. I mean, you got to give it to Saquon Barkley, man. He's personally right now, as far as the Eagles, he's keeping us alive.
All right, my second one is going to be another award winner this year, more than likely. And that's a third offensive player of the year, Saquon Barkley. I mean, he's just killing it. So that's my number third spot. Is like, I mean, he may be higher if he doesn't drop the pass in week 2 to
Oh,
seal a game. You know what I mean? You do get
right.
some deductions for that. You get what I'm saying? So
Um, I'm. I know this is a quarterback thing.
yo, if
I
you
know
if you do it with 2 weeks in a row, bro, I'm not
I know this
sure
is a
you know.
quarterback thing, but I just kind of want to. I'm doing this list knowing that he might not. I know that he's probably not going to be this, but I just kind of got to give a shout out to my man Nico Collins. So I'm gonna put Nico Collins in there, yo, because
Oh,
Nico
that's
Collins.
horrendous.
It might be
That is
horrendous.
so.
This is just a far fetch because yo, Nico Collins has literally been balling all year. Like he is, to be honest,
He,
yo, Nico top 5 right now.
yeah, but bro, do you know
Nico
how
top
hard
5.
like
I'm not saying that's why I say he's not gonna win. I'm not saying he's gonna win, but my MVP is just for kind of like shouting out the niggas who've been playing the best in the league. If we really gonna do an MVP list, it should be nobody in there that's not a quarterback.
no, that's not true because Tyreek and Christian McCaffrey actually had a chance last year at winning it.
Come on, bro, and they didn't get
Yo, listen, you forget.
it.
You
When the
forget why these
last
guys.
time a
Yo, listen,
non-quarterback
let me get it
won?
out. You forget how these guys didn't win it last year. Tyreek didn't do nothing against Baltimore last year. Lamar dominated that game. And then Christian McCaffrey didn't have a great game, and Lamar dominated that game in a blowout win. That's how essentially that's how Lamar won the MVP last year.
And the year before that,
Well, since you made me speak him up early, my number 2 is Lamar Jackson. Regardless of their win and loss record right now, because I think they're gonna go on a run. Uh I think they're gonna go on a run personally. And I mean he's just been killing. He's been leading his team, and I mean, what hasn't he done for the Ravens so far this year? I mean, like I said, you go back to week 2 against the Raiders. I mean, what the hell? Like that game was over with. Rashad Bateman, he threw the ball to Rashad Bateman. It went off his hands, and the linebacker caught an interception. So I'm gonna go with Lamar. I think he's been playing highly
bro,
exceptional this year, and he's
bro,
been asked to do a lot.
bro, you're bugging.
I'm not bugging.
You're bugging right
Go
now.
look at his stats. All you got to do is go look at his stats.
I don't give a fuck what his
His stats
stats
are
say. If
crazy.
his team is not 1 or 2 in the league, he ain't winning no MVP.
You said if he's not 1 or 2 in the league,
Yeah, his team. If he don't got a top team in the league, he's not
he's
winning
gonna
it.
have a top team. He's gonna be a division winner this year.
He's not winning the division.
He is winning his division.
I don't think they're gonna win the division. But my number 2 is motherfucking Josh Allen. He probably should have been
Ooh,
number 1, but I'm gonna say Josh
yeah, what
Allen.
the hell, bro? And you better not say what I know you're gonna say. Number one, and then you're gonna tell me when one player's been having a better season than the other. Come on, bro. And that's my favorite player, but in the world, bro, that's my favorite player. He does not belong on no MVP list. They've been winning games defensively, not because of him.
Listen,
But
my
I'm gonna go to
1
my
and
number.
2 is is
Everybody already know what your number one is. Number one is Josh Allen. Nobody in the league has come close to playing as good as this man's playing. And I'm gonna say it again. It looks like Stephon Diggs was the problem in Buffalo, and his turnover problem because he's always staring him down hard, and at the last minute he's trying to get the ball somewhere else. So Josh Allen deserves it. He's definitely playing the best football, and I think actually this is his year. He gets his first MVP. I don't think nothing gets in his way of having it because he already has the great start to do it. And to be honest, even when they lose, I don't think it's going to be because of him.
facts.
So I
Um,
think he's winning the MVP this year,
One
barring
thing I
an
like
injury.
about Josh Allen this year, well, to start off the year, he's not turning over the ball. Not turning over the ball.
So go ahead. Let's say your number one.
You
Let's
know
see.
my number 1. I
Yo,
mean, let's just
I
be
think
honest.
I think we got to tell the viewers
Patrick
put the
Mahomes.
we got to put a survey in for you to stop smoking on live,
Yo,
man. Because
yo,
yo,
I
How?
mean,
What
just
has he
keep it.
done to talk about MVP? Then you kill me
Yo,
for
bro,
Lamar Jackson,
because I can honestly go back to a lot of years of teams who were the number one
bro.
team
But
and their
no, but that we're not
quarterback
talking.
won
We're not talking
MVP.
about that. We're not talking about that. What has he done this year that is MVP like,
Win.
bro?
That's
Listen,
that's the that's the biggest MVP
bro.
thing ever.
I think he
Win.
has five. I think he has five interceptions already,
He got 4. He's tied with Jalen Hurts at 4.
bro. He's not been playing great, bro. He's been finding a way to win, but he's not been great, bro.
Yeah,
That is
but
horrible. That's
that's what I'm
horrible,
saying to you.
bro. All I'm gonna
When it
say is,
comes down
bro,
to it, Patrick
we
Mahomes is
got
going to
football
be
this
in the
week.
MVP conversation.
Listen, this week, if he does not have a 300-yard game and multi TD game, bro, he has to come off your list.
yo, yo,
You're
yo.
making us be very like we don't belong doing this every week. You put
Yo,
him on.
listen. And first of all, I got beef with Patrick Mahomes. He beat us in the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong, but I do respect greatness. Like, first of all, I'm a Tom Brady fan. So if Tom Brady was still in the league, Tom Brady would be number
Yeah,
one
but
every
you
year.
can't be on the list by name. You got to be on the name by play. So
He on the list because he doing what he
I'm
doing.
gonna
If
just say two
if Patrick
things.
Mahomes was throwing full
And
interceptions
you
and
know what's
he was
crazy?
1 and 2, he wouldn't be on my list.
I'm surprised Jaden Daniels wasn't on your list. You having him that high on your power rankings?
As the team, I mean, yeah, he played a great game, but
They're
he
winning
still
games
got.
because of him.
All I'm
Let's not
saying
get this.
is I feel like a lot of rookie quarterbacks do this, but I'm giving him his props where his props. I'm just waiting for that rookie wall that
I
you
mean,
know.
listen, C.J. Stroud didn't have one. C.J. Stroud started off slow, and then started cooking. So I'm not that man. That man has been the best. He was the best player in college football last year. He was amazing last year. So
Is he a better pickup than Caleb Williams?
no, I just think Caleb's in a worse situation. But
Oh, he got
regardless of what
weapons
people
too.
want to say, Jaden Daniels was a baller in college. He wasn't no like he got a Heisman for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But Caleb, I just don't think I don't offensively yo, like they got real issues out there. Offensive line is atrocious. They're making DeAndre Swift look like he don't even belong in the NFL.
Like damn near he about to get benched.
Yeah, I know.
He's about to
I
get
know.
benched.
So I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I'm just like I don't Caleb Williams is gonna be fine, but I think more than early, man. They ownership needs to be viewing at that the coach to get rid of, man, because he's a DC. He's not a head coach.
I mean, I feel like when you have, excuse me, not all the time, but I feel like for sometimes you need to have like an offensive minded coach for your rookie quarterback,
Or you need to bring a coordinator in that can
or
make
that
life
too.
easy for him.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, look in Buffalo. Joe Brady's up there with Josh Allen. Josh Allen's crazy. So because Buffalo's coach is a defensive coach. I want to give some love to the defensive players, man. I want to keep highlighting them, man. T.J. Watt is just he's playing amazing right now. So
Okay.
he's
Um,
killing it.
Shout out to my man Aiden Hutchinson, man. 6.5 sacks for Detroit. Aiden Hutchinson. I wanted the Eagles to get Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, I knew we wasn't going to get him, but Aiden Hutchinson is that man's a dog.
Hey, we didn't touch it this week, but we touched it last week. How did you feel about the end of the game in Kansas City when when Kyle Pitts jumped in there and the defender was facing him?
And he didn't get the pass interference. Is that what you're talking about? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is that what you're talking about when he didn't get the pass interference?
No, Atlanta didn't get the pass interference. No.
That's what I'm talking about. When Atlanta didn't get the pass interference at the end of the
Yeah.
game, I feel
Yeah.
like they keep doing. Yo, this shit is like they working for that boy. You know what I mean? They working for his greatness. That's all I'm saying. They want
And
him to
listen,
catch Brady.
I don't believe that because I feel like if the NFL wanted any team to win Super Bowls, that would be Green Bay or Dallas. Dallas or Green Bay would have more Super Bowls if they wanted a
Why?
team to win.
Why though? Because
Dallas
they
Dallas
gonna
makes the
spend money
most
regardless.
Dallas makes the most money in the league for them.
Yeah, I
Like
mean
if
that's
Dallas
true.
was winning 2 years, like say Dallas is on TV even when they're on having losing seasons.
Yeah.
So just think about this: if Dallas was winning Super Bowls, how bigger would the ratings be? Like they're actually a team that has like a real base in every city in the world.
Oh, I'm actually glad the NFL don't want this Cowboys. I could not deal with that stress, man. But I ain't really got too much. But you got anything else before we get out of here, brother?
What you say?
I said, you got anything else before we get
Nah,
out of
I ain't
here,
got nothing else, man.
man?
And I like the Dallas Cowboys tonight. I said it earlier. Again, I like them. I would take them with the minus on the spread this week.
Um, I don't think I got none. All right, man. So I'm against the Cowboys, man. I think they're gonna plummet this year. So let's go Giants. Um, so man, anything else, man? This is the Blitz, man. We gonna be on every Thursday, 7 o'clock, man. Y'all can catch us on YouTube on Impulsive TV, man. And we'll see y'all next time, man. We out.